ESPN had an article, lengthy article today in regards to the shenanigans of Dan Snyder. Apparently, it's always something, man. It's game day. They play the Chicago Bears in Chicago tonight on Amazon Prime. It's always something with this organization. I read the article. It gives you a whole lot of backstory about stuff like that's already been reported as far as former employees' allegations of sexual harassment, toxic work environment, just a laundry list of different things. The juicy parts of it basically was Dan Snyder basically said they can't F with me, meaning the other owners, if they decide to try to band together and vote him out. You need 24 votes as far as owners to actually out him. And so he's basically saying, you know, you come at me, you best not miss. So for the most part, this is, you know, here in Washington, we hear all these articles. It don't seem like anything is happening. And you know, you get all this smoke. There's really no direct link as far as Dan Snyder's, involvement as far as some of the sexual harassment things. Although there was that one lady that was on the plane, and she had made some allegations allegedly that Dan had, tried to force her garments off and just basically trying to, asking her for sexual pleasures. But this one here is really explosive as far as this article. If you haven't read it already, it's been all over the news. In regards to Dan Snyder, like I said, just same old, same old. But the thing is that he's threatening, to go scorch earth if they try to get him up out of there. And he's not going to go down without burning the house down. And allegedly they're saying that he has, there's quotes that he allegedly be on his yacht. He's clutching drinks and he's telling anyone in his inner circle that, yeah, they try to come at me. I got dirt on everybody. I got an open file on Jerry Jones. Apparently their relationship is not as strong as it once was. They had a quote that Jerry Jones is saying that he can't protect Dan anymore. There's a quote that Dan was saying that it's like the mafia, the NFL owners are like a mafia, and that everyone hates everyone. And there was a quote from a senior owner or veteran owner who said that, no, everyone hates Dan. So you see where this is going. It's getting ugly. And Dan is threatening to, look, basically saying, that, they can't F with me, that if they come at me, I will basically release the hellfire on them. So they playing billionaire games, man. And one thing about billionaires, they all got dirt. They all have bodies. They all have skeletons in their closet, as a lot of people. So it's not the first and won't be the last, but it's getting. But the one thing I get from it is that I see why Dan Snyder is still in his seat. Because if the NFL was so disgusted with this gentleman, why wouldn't they kick him out? Why wouldn't they bring it to a vote? Is it because they're threatened by what Dan Snyder might have on them? So do you push that far? If you're trying to say Dan Snyder is bluffing, do you call his bluff? Or do you just wait for something egregious to happen that you have no other choice but to do it, and then let the chips fall where they may? It's crazy, man. I mean, this article was dropped on 7 o'clock a.m. I read the whole thing. It's crazy. It is crazy, but it's always crazy in Washington. And Dan Snyder is no dummy. I believe he does have a lot of dirt on these owners. I mean, you could think back, let's say, the allegation, these alleged allegations that Kaepernick was blackballed, or there was some collusion there. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that's going on that I think people need to pay attention to. And you got a maverick owner. He could be detrimental in more ways than one. So I see why people who have a shaky history, because the NFL, all they worry about is, do you have money to finance the team? And but if you're not checking people's background, you're not vetting them correctly, this is what can happen. You think people like Stephen Ross are quick to vote Dan Snyder out? Haslam for the Cleveland Browns, he was investigated by the FBI. You understand? So I'm sure there's a host of other owners out there that are saying, look, man, hey, let's think about this. Let's not go down this road, because this can happen to me down the road too if we open up this Pandora's box. So there's a lot to chew on, and I just wanted to come on here just to give you a little bit of what's happening. Just my take, but it is getting nasty, to say the least. But anyway, still got a game to watch, Chicago and Washington. Hopefully Washington can get the win, but we'll see. It's almost like the game is secondary at this moment. So it is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Peace.